So this is it. This is everything basically that I have in the entire world as far as stuff goes. Yes, I have a couple suitcases at my mom's place with some like childhood sort of stuff, but ever since I started traveling full-time, this is it. It still feels a bit surreal sometimes to think that this is my full-time job and all the places that I've gotten to see over the last few years, how much freedom I have in my work, because this is obviously a far cry from how I used to live my life in Toronto, being in the film industry, kind of being chained to being there for castings. I do get the question a lot though of people asking, you know, how are you able to make YouTube a full-time job, and you know, how long did it take to build up your business? And maybe I will do a whole video on that sometime, explaining it more in depth. But basically you have to just find a way to monetize your content, like whether it is with ads on YouTube or whether you get to have a Patreon, like I also have that, or you can become an affiliate for big brands that you enjoy using yourself, that you recommend to your audience, and if they end up purchasing something, you get a cut. So I actually wanted to share with you guys a platform that I have been using that I think is super helpful for any aspiring travel bloggers, or even if you're already established, to help you monetize your content, which is Travel Payouts. Travel Payouts is the sponsor of today's video, and they really are a cool platform where you can sign up to be an affiliate of many different top travel brands and bring in that passive income to help travel become your full-time business. Travel Payouts is the perfect partnership platform for travel bloggers to provide the best travel deals with the help of trusted brands like Booking.com, TripAdvisor, and Get Your Guide. It is an all-in-one travel affiliate network that has over 100 different travel programs and makes it super easy to join and withdraw your earnings in a single wallet. So if you guys are looking for a great way to monetize your content and make more passive income, Travel Payouts has a great promo going on right now, where if you use my code Alina, you will get $25 on top of your first payout when you sign up to Travel Payouts. So I will have a link in the description for you guys to check it out. So I am basically all ready to go, and before I do, I wanted to give you guys a quick tour of the room in a guest house that I was staying at here in Tokyo. I rent from the same company that I have all the other times before that I have come to stay in Tokyo. Obviously this is more for longer term. I'm able to rent this room in a really good area of Tokyo. It's in Hiro. And for the monthly rate, it is a minimum of a 1-month stay. I am paying only $800 US. If you've looked at the prices of Airbnbs and hotels in Tokyo, you will understand just how good of a deal this place is, especially in this area. So I am very happy. So I'm just waiting on the manager to come from Fontana, that's the company that I rent from, and just look everything over. I'm going to give her the keys, and then my friend Shigeru is coming to pick me up and very kindly helping me to take all of this, because it is quite heavy, to the airport, because today is a rainy day and I don't particularly want to walk to the train station. Guys, we are almost at the airport. Want to say a big thank you to Shigeru. Hello. For driving me to the airport, because it's especially a very, very rainy day today. So today I actually have a very special flight where I am flying WestJet direct from Tokyo to Calgary. This is a new route they just started, and I hope that it is going to go great, because if it does, I will 100% prefer to fly that instead of Air Canada, where you have to transfer through Vancouver, and it's also on their new Dreamliner. So I'm actually really looking forward to this flight. But before I check in the moment of truth, I have to check if these bags are overweight. Thankfully, WestJet actually doesn't check your carry-on weight, so that is a godsend. I can pack that one as full as I can, but this guy can only be a max of 23 kilos, and I feel like I'm right on that line. Oh, it's just slightly over, but not too bad. It says 24.58 kilos. That's actually not that bad. It shouldn't be too difficult to move about a kilo, maybe to my carry-on, and then 1 kilo I'm fine with throwing out. And that is how it's done, friends. Right under the limit. Very grateful for these scales. That guy is completely packed full of everything that I could bring. I did have to throw out a couple of other things, but it's not a big deal. And now I have about a 30-40 minute wait until WestJet opens its gates so I can check in. I will be having dinner here as well, but what should I have as my last lunch in Tokyo? Maybe some soba actually would be a really good choice. How perfect does this look? Amazing last meal, or last lunch I should say, here in Tokyo. I got my favorite warm soba since I prefer that over cold. I got the veggie and seafood tempura, which comes on rice. You get some pickles, some tofu, and altogether this was about $15 US. Obviously a bit more since we are at the airport. It's so great to see Narita this busy and with this many shops and restaurants open, because I don't know if you guys remember, but when I was going to Indonesia, the first stop of this trip 10 months ago, I transferred through Narita. And while I was happy to do that, to have even just one bowl of Japanese ramen in my layover, it was quite sad because at least half of the places were closed and it wasn't this busy, I would say. I think in the last couple of months things have definitely changed in Japan. Once they got rid of the mask mandates, that probably brought a lot more tourism to them in the last while. Oh, hell yeah. I am 100% doing a massage chair session. So they have a 10-minute minimum, so let's put in about $2. I don't have my Google Translate with me right now, so I'm just pressing random buttons and hoping for the best. It's actually pretty good.
Dear passenger, please come to gate 21 with your passport and boarding pass. Thank you.
I just realized that it has been a month and a half since I was last on a flight. I think that's the longest time that I have gone in probably years. When I was traveling Europe, I'd cross borders by bus or just by car. But in South America and Southeast Asia, I was always going to the next destination with flights just because it was easier and cheaper. So yeah, this month in Tokyo has been the longest time that I have been outside of an airport in probably 2 years. But we are on the home stretch. My flight should be boarding in about an hour. We're leaving at 6:45 and then I will be arriving back to Calgary at 12:30 noon. Obviously, I hope I get at least a little bit of sleep because when I get back to Canada, I really want to regulate my internal clock to be going to bed at 8 or 9 o'clock because I have a trip coming up as soon as I land that I really need to be well rested for. So we will see how that goes, but wish me luck, and I will do a voiceover review of this WestJet Dreamliner flight to Calgary. So it was in this moment that I made a grave mistake without even knowing it, which was not having dinner as planned at the airport. I wasn't hungry at the time, so I just figured they should be feeding us at least 2 or 3 times on the plane, right? It's a 9-hour flight. Everything else was fine. The seats were comfortable, the entertainment system was quite good, the staff was nice. But I could not believe that for the 9 hours that I was on this flight, we only got served dinner. The only other possibility was that I was asleep when they were serving it, but I don't think that's possible because I couldn't sleep because I was so hungry and I was checking the clock like every 15-20 minutes. So yeah, it was a very uncomfortable flight because I basically only had 1 meal in the span of 14 hours and I was up the whole time. The only positive thing was that they had my best friend's wedding on the entertainment system, so I just counted down the hours to get to Calgary. Take a look at this fabulous welcome that my lovely mom has made for me. Thank you so much. So sweet of you. I am so ready to eat this considering I technically haven't eaten in like 9 hours. I still can't get over the fact they didn't give us breakfast on a 9-hour flight, so this is going to be much appreciated. So that is it, guys. I am going to eat, have a shower, and try and keep myself awake until 8 or 9 because I really need to have my sleep schedule be semi on normal time because in 2 days I will actually be off on a PR trip for a really cool brand. It is within Canada, but still, like, I need to be able to function during that time, so I really hope that my sleep's not going to be too messed up with the jet lag. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. It feels really good to be back in Canada, other than the fact that I'm extremely exhausted, but I hope you guys are ready for lots of awesome content here in Canada for a few months. And as always, I'm sending you so much love and keep being your own kind of beautiful. Bye guys.